all you cool cats and kittens. This is Dad and Son car review, and this is the 2016 M3. So this is the 5th generation. First generation was coded the E30. The next was the E36, then the E46, and then the E90X. And this is the F80. And every single M3 model is damn sexy. I love every single one of them, and this is no exception. So when I was doing a little research on this car, I found polar opposite opinions. Like Road and Track praise every single aspect of this car, where you have Car and Driver takes a human crap on everything about this car. It's just weird seeing completely opposite opinions on the same car. But there's two things that they do agree on, and that's number one, the looks of this car. It's fantastic. And also this car's engine pulls hard from any RPM, which it does.
I am not scared no more. I am good. You're dumb.
So this is the first generation in the M3 lineup to have forced induction. So this is 425 horsepower and 406 pounds of torque. So compared to the last generation, the E90X, it's up 111 pounds of torque, which is huge and completely changes the power delivery of this car. On horsepower, it's up 11 horsepower, which doesn't seem like much, but that's peak horsepower. So if you take this car at a given RPM, it may have well over 100 horsepower more than the 4th generation M3 at the identical RPM. It just hits the power that much sooner than the E90X. Even though the peak horsepower is very similar, it feels completely different and much faster. It also has this cool rev match feature, so you feel like you're in Fast and the Furious. It revs perfectly for you. So downshifts are super smooth, and upshifts are actually even smoother too. I don't even know how they do it. It's super smooth. The only complaint about this car is the exhaust. It sounds like
my grandma's farts.
Yep, grandma's farts for sure. If I had to pinpoint the sound, I'd say that's pretty accurate. The last generation M3, you couldn't even hear the exhaust over the engine screaming. This one, you can't even really hear the engine, even though it's amplified through speakers in the cabin. It's just on sound, this car gets a C, maybe a C+. This has an aftermarket exhaust, and it still doesn't give me the fizz. Our 55 loyal subscribers, most of which are friends and family, but they know that we're not fans of the burble exhaust, which this thing does. It kind of crackles and pops.
Burble.
It's not for us.
I'm a kitty cat.
So why they go turbo? I think BMW's got to keep up with other auto manufacturers' power output. Also, they got strict emission laws and a few economy standards. So it's inevitable that it was going to be turboed. Next generation also going to be turboed, but they have like a pure edition that's manual and rear-wheel drive, and I wish that pure edition could be manual rear-wheel drive and throw the V10 back in it. Something cool like that. So if you're looking for a 4-door sports car with a manual, this is definitely the car for you. Just know that the suspension, even on comfort, is still a little stiff for some people, but come on, it's an M3.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and smash that like button.